Welcome to today's daily report market analysis videos with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec on Tuesday, 20th of August. We've got a fairly settled look to market outlooks today across the majors. A little bit of sterling weakness coming back in again. It's interesting that that recovery that we saw last week on sterling has just started to dissipate again. Brexit remains a key factor here, and trading sterling in one direction, certainly on the long side, is going to be a difficult play, I think, in the coming months. So subsequently, we're seeing sterling just drifting back again. The interesting move again is also coming through gold. Gold was back lower at 14.92 was the low yesterday. It rebounded $10 actually since that low. Currently $7 up on the day, and it's just started to find that gold is pulling higher. We've also got the yen gaining a little bit of strength, and that is all sort of coming as we've started to see treasury yields just rolling over a touch. Nothing too decisive yet, but it's interesting that we saw President Trump talking yesterday about interest rates being sharply lower than where they are at the moment, and also the prospect of restarting quantitative easing, and that has really started to put the brakes on a little bit of a rebound that we saw in treasuries, treasury yields, I should say, and that has been impacted today, I think. A little bit of consolidation on equities. Basically flat on the day on S&P 500 futures after a 1.2% gain, and a second in a row actually, that is, on S&P 500. As I said, yeah, equity markets just consolidating in Asia. Nikkei was up slightly. Shanghai Composite was down slightly, but we've currently got DAX basically flat, FTSE a little bit higher, CAC a little bit higher. So yeah, some interesting sort of consolidation we're starting to see in these markets. Now, in terms of data points, there are no major economic announcements today. We've got the FOMC's Randall Quarles. He is a permanent voter on the committee, and he sits as a centrist, basically. So he will be an interesting gauge this evening, 11 o'clock UK time this evening. So watch out for him. But as I said, no data points today. So, okay, let's have a look at the chart of the day, which is sterling yen. As I said, sterling is just started to roll back a bit after a rebound. And what we've seen is the yen starting to regain a little bit of strength as well. So this little recovery that we've seen in sterling yen, again, hasn't really done, similar to what we've seen on cable really, hasn't really done a great deal to change the outlook. We've got the 21-day moving average on sterling yen, which throughout the last few months has been a basis of resistance, and again comes in over the top, 130.40. The reaction high of 130 big figure, pretty much there or thereabouts, equates to the resistance that we saw on sterling at 122.50, and sterling is quite a considerable way back from that as well. So this market just backing away today. There is this little mini uptrend that we've got. I think it needs to be watched, because you do still have these improvements in the momentum indicators, MACD and stochastics. But as you can see here, if I get the crosshair, this improvement in stochastics, for example, fails around 50, tends to be. RSI tends to fail around 45, currently turned back from 40. So there is a suggestion that this is just another near-term rally that's likely to be seen as a chance to sell, because this recovery needs to do a great deal more to really suggest it's got traction on sterling yen. A 130 big figure is that level of resistance overhead. Initially this week we've seen 129.55 as the basis of resistance that was Friday, and then on Monday again, and early today it's just dropped back again, broken a sequence of 5 consecutive higher daily lows, and you can see that move this morning, if I zoom in on the hourly chart here, is starting to just roll over on the momentum indicators. MACD, if that goes decisively below neutral, you'd question the recovery. RSI going below 30 again questions the recovery, because it hasn't really been below 35 to 40 throughout the recovery. So is this already now the market rolling over? That recovery on sterling is questionable now. So It looks as though that the market is going to be testing supports in 128.15 and 127.45 as your little support lows, but it doesn't look as though that this is a recovery that's yet willing to get any sort of traction. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading. Click here to subscribe to our trading videos on YouTube, but also go to our website where you can join up for our webinars. Thank you very much.